Guys, welcome back to another video here in the Alpha Pack shop. This is part 3 of the Polaris Sportsman 550 EPS build. Let's get into this. Alright guys, found some hardware laying around. So we got some new bolts and nuts and a washer. That is going to hold the bumper part on here. So found that, good to go. Look what came in. Got the battery finally. Oh, waiting on the, the reservoir, brake lever, and lug nuts. So once those get in, we'll move on with that stuff. But real quick, I wanted to go over some of the things that maybe aren't in the video that were done before we started filming and doing this part of the bike or build. So right here, as you can see, there's a gear here. This is the one-way bearing and gear out of the 550 here, and this was bad. I took this out once, cleaned it all up, and put it back in, and it would still slip whenever I would hit the start button, so the motor would only turn over here and there, and it would never start. One of the reasons why it would never start is because, once again, something else that I had to get figured out before we started even building on this was if it was going to run. So fuel pump, as you can see, it's seen way better days. It's toast. So it needed a new one of those for sure. So I put a brand new one in it. So we have fuel. We have now, when we crank it, a new one-way bearing and gear put in to the motor with a new gasket on that cover. So that was done before y'all are seeing what's on there. Oh, bam! All right, front bumper's done. Got the new hardware in. I went ahead and threw the battery in it to check the clearance here if I was to put the voltage regulator rectifier on top. And just too close. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's kind of moving, and if they ever put anything on that front rack, I don't want it to like push it down into the battery or put a bunch of weight on this, because if so, it's going to flip up. So it's kind of looking like I'm going to have to extend the wires, unless I can shove that sucker down in here somewhere. That'd be tight, but I'm sure that's probably gonna not work for whatever reason. I had those kind of tucked in over there, but if I push this over here, let's see, can I fit it down in here? Let's see if it'll fit. Oh no, of course not. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh, guys, see, not going my way. Adding more to my time on this sucker, damn it. I gotta extend these wires, it's looking like, because it's not gonna fit. So we need to get this sucker down here where it's supposed to go by cutting these three and making them longer. So that's what's about to go down. Chop time, guys. Here we go. About to cut these wires. I've gone ahead and labeled all of them. 1, 2, 3. And now we're gonna cut them. And I'm just gonna kind of work my way down. So we'll do one here. Well, I'll actually go here. So we'll do one. And we'll do two. And we'll do down here. We'll do 3. Can't mix them up that way either, because you know. Anyway, so we're labeled up, good to go. Now I get to splice all these wires. Got my connectors here. I'm gonna bolt this sucker down in here before I do that. And yep, I'm gonna get to do it. All right, I have everything laid out, ready to go, so let's do it. About to crimp these in. Got that one. And then we'll have number 1 wire rock chop. Drop her in. Crimp that side. Let's do the other two right quick. And this one's gonna go here. That one go there. All that good stuff. Number 2. Make sure they're on there. There's number 2.
Pt.3. And like I said, we're gonna hook them up to here. So we'll come. All right, my dudes, check them out. We all hooked up. About to put a torch to it, heat them up, and that will finish off the wiring for this rectifier regulator extension. Yeah, I found some hardware laying around. Again, I have a lot of it, but sometimes it just don't work. I just gotta use what I got. Found something that will work and threw them on in. So we're bolted up, good to go. I'm gonna wrap these in electrical tape after I'm done, even though these are sealed, they self-seal, just in case. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. That's a thick one. I didn't have enough of the same kind either of these. I had to use some different ones here and there, but they'll work. All right, and even these, man, I also heat these up. They don't do as good as the other ones, but they'll still melt up, shrink up a little bit. With some heat. And then I'll wrap it in electrical tape. So, bam! Got it! You know about that. So like I said, I'm gonna wrap each one of these in electrical tape. Then I'll stuff this wire back in this loom, and we'll bolt it up. I'll tuck it over here out the way, and then onto hooking up the battery, guys, and putting the front top of the rack on. And then I'll throw that bumper on right there with the limited hardware I have for that. And then we'll come back and see what she looks like then. Ow.
Well, I'm sure this isn't what you expected to see, but this is what's going down. I have been working on this for hours trying to figure this shit out, but it's looking like this voltage regulator rectifier is kaput. The output is not what it needs to be. It's only putting out 1.6 volts when it's hooked up. The connector down below is also messed up. I checked connections in between, like where I made connector, you know, where I hook these wires up, and I'm good. So, yep, I'm coming to the conclusion that, yeah, that's bad. So I wasted all my time doing all that, and now I'm gonna have to end up replacing it. Also over here, this sensor here, yeah, it's missing a bolt back there. I don't know who did that, but that's missing. That's not good. It's throwing a code for that. This connector also down here where that rectifier hooks up, and it's hot as balls. I had to take the orange piece out to even get it to connect because it didn't want to connect, go all the way in and make a good connection to send power up there to the wires where they go into the rectifier. How I know that is because I checked all this stuff 100 times. So I've cut slits in it before my connections and after, getting the same voltages throughout. And this is only putting out, like I said, now 1.6 volts. So the voltage regulator rectifier is kaput. I'll come back whenever I shut this down and yeah, get back going. But you do hear it running. Hey, it does run. So that's a good thing, just to show you that. We have a running machine, but it does have some electrical issues. I think this thing in here is messed up. We're gonna have to mess with that and address this code for that sensor down there. All right, guys, so real quick, I wanted to show you how I tested the stator here, so I know the stator is good. So if we start the machine real quick, it'll send us AC voltage. Out of the stator to the voltage regulator, but the voltage regulator output part is not sending the correct voltage out. So the diodes or whatever's in there that controls all that, they're messed up. I also did the tests on here, and they're below, the numbers are below what they should be. It should be 0.5, but it is at like 0.03 or like 0.3, something like that, 0.2, and it needs a minimum of 0.5 to make those diodes in there do what they're supposed to do. I'm not going to get all into that. If you want to learn how to do that, John Talley on Partzilla's YouTube channel has a great video on all that. I've watched all kind of stuff, been messing with this for a couple hours now, but I have come down to where I'm just going to say F it. And we're going to just say we're going to replace that. So, and hopefully when the new one hooks up, it's going to hook up a lot better because, like I said, I had to take that orange thing off of there just to even get it to make a good connection to send the juice up there. So that thing's probably had the loose connections and issues and stuff like that for a good while now. and it has like heated stuff up and fried things probably, and it could be what's making the other electrical issues happen on the bike, like the check engine. But I'm gonna need to get a new voltage regulator rectifier. Check out what this sucker's doing now. It's just shutting down by itself. I think it has something to do with this. The adjustment. There's some kind of a sensor in there, and this sucker just backfired like a mug. Look at all the smoke. Oh, shut itself down again. I do think it either has something to do with this or the map sensor down here. But I've heard of this being an issue. This cable pushes on a switch in here. There's like something in here. I can feel it. So we're gonna have to end up opening this. I have soaked it in WD, PB, all kind of stuff. So hopefully that'll penetrate and I won't break these bolts like I did the brake reservoir. We'll see when I do it. Smoky. Tell me that ain't been something. Yeah. Alright guys, so the lug nuts and the brake lever came in today, so I can finish up the brakes and then I'll be able to throw the tires on and get the alignment knocked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that at least out of the way before I move on to anything else. Alright, so got the brake lever installed, filled up, got the wire hooked up and ran. So now I'm about to start bleeding some brakes. Alright guys, so the brakes are completed. We're gonna move on. Look what I was able to get off pretty easily because I soaked these in PB and WD for a couple days and I took them out by hand. I'm looking down here. I don't see any mud or anything. That's good. And those points like this will cause your bike to kill by itself sometimes or not want to start. I think we see like that. Just like that. But I think when they touch, these have to touch, I think, in here to be able to start. I don't know. I need two hands. There it goes. I think it has something to do with this little switch here. Hopefully it's how it's supposed to be. I'll have to look more into that. Alright, so took a pick, went in here, cleaned these up, got everything moving as it's supposed to. I think we're good. I don't think it'll cause me any more issues. Let's see. There we go. Now we're having it start every time. Every time I do it now. Before it wouldn't. So that has something to do with it starting. But now I can take the cover, put it back on, I hope. It should be good. Like I said, it's starting every time. And I will tighten it back down. And whenever that T-map sensor gets in, and that voltage regulator rectifier, we can throw those in and see if those are going to work. Y'all still here? Oh, good. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all watching to the end, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one off here. So this will be the end of part 3. And I'll see y'all back for part 4 of the Polaris 550 EPS built.